The OG J.Prince has had enough after seeing his friend Kanye West reportedly be banned from this year's Grammys for performing due to, quote, concerning behavior, a rep confirmed to Variety. The OG J.Prince has challenged hip-hop, the likes of Drake, Nicki Minaj, and The Weeknd, to step up and not attend this year's Grammys for canceling hip-hop when they see fit. He delivered a message on his Instagram account in support of Kanye West. Here's what the OG J.Prince had to say.
Hip-hop versus the Grammys. I've been watching the Grammys control and dictate our culture to their benefit up close and personal for the past 30 years that I've been in the music business. And all the artists, managers, executives would do is complain, but never had the nuts to come together and do anything about it. Even though the latest episode deals with Trevor Noah and the counseling of Kanye, this racist act is so much bigger than them. Let's just start with the mindset of the words counsel and cancel, where the Grammys is concerned, and compare them to rehabilitation and legal slavery, where the penitentiary is concerned. If we begin with counsel and rehabilitation in the Grammys or the penitentiary, the truth is that they really don't exist. They're just fancy lies. But on the other hand, if we look at the words cancel and legal slavery punishment, those words are true, real, and exist today. For example, for those of you that never took the time to read the 13th Amendment, it clearly says that slavery was abolished except for use as punishment for a crime you've been convicted of. So therefore, according to the 13th Amendment of the Constitution, everyone in the prison system and those that are out of prison that have been convicted of a crime are considered slaves in the United States and under its jurisdiction in 2022. Not only did they make slavery lawful by an amendment, they then created the laws by which people would be enslaved. They did that back then, and they are still doing it today. So they canceled Kanye and discriminated against Drake, The Weeknd, Nicki Minaj, and many others over the years. This will only be broken by us uniting our powers to bring about change moving forward. How do we bring about change? I'm glad y'all asked. I recommend that the artists I've mentioned above and more come together in Las Vegas and perform at the same time as the Grammys on a special network and streaming platform to prove that ratings will change where the Grammys are concerned when the number one selling genre in music, hip-hop, come together, because there's power in numbers. The powers that be will be mad at me about this one. I love the culture. The seed has been planted. Let's water it.
And that was the voice of the Houston OG, Rap-A-Lot Records on J.Prince. You didn't think I was going to come on this camera and disagree with him, did you? Because that's definitely not going to happen on this platform. We have the ultimate respect for J.Prince. As a matter of fact, I call him Mr. Prince. You didn't think I was coming on here to disagree with the OG. I will say this. I love what J.Prince, the messaging of what he's saying. I love what he's representing. He's pretty much saying, yo, I get the Grammys is a powerful platform, but we've allowed the Grammys to have a little too much power over the culture. And I'm one of the people who believe Kanye West has been wilding as of late. I really do. I think he's been ridiculous online. He's looked like a cornball. But I do believe we're getting into a dangerous game because of somebody wilding on social media over the last couple months. They're now canceled from being able to perform at the Grammys. What are the qualifications for that? Like, what should Kanye have done differently? We're playing a dangerous game here in hip-hop. I am not one of those guys that likes to police music, art, creativity. And if Kanye believes in some sick way what he's been posting online about Pete Davidson and his ex-wife Kim Kardashian is some form of art, that's his business. I'm just not into policing art because that is a game to me that has never been favorable to our culture. I'm happy that J.Prince attacked some of the OG legends, the people that don't really care about winning Grammys, like the Nicki Minaj's, the Drakes, the Weeknds, as much as some of the younger talents. I think it would be dope. Pretty much the OG is saying that on the night of the Grammys, he would like artists like The Weeknd, Nicki Minaj, Drake, Kanye West to do a separate performance on a TV network, which I'm sure they would have no problems getting, and pretty much showing the power in the culture versus the power that the Grammys have today. I don't believe some of the older people who watch the Grammys would tune in to the Drake and the Kanye West performances. But if you're asking me, will a lot of younger people that had no plans on watching the Grammys, will they tune in and watch Drake or Ye or Travis Scott or Nicki Minaj? 100%. And look, I think the Grammy still has a lot of power. We're talking about contracts and we're talking about contract negotiation, leverage, and all that stuff. It definitely helps when you hear somebody say Grammy nominated artist or Grammy winning artist, so-and-so is set to perform, is trying to get a new deal, is looking for re-up money, right? Like, it definitely helps. But in the same token, when I watch the Grammys in the past, I look at that platform and think to myself, man, no disrespect to some of these artists, but their music is just not indicative of today's society. Shout out to Billie Eilish. I don't want to single her out. Or some of these groups, these white rock bands that perform at the Grammys and take a lot of that time. No disrespect to them. I don't hear their music in our culture. Not just in our culture, because hip hop has become mainstream culture. I just don't hear their music. It don't resonate the same as some of these artists. Now, I'm somebody who don't believe the music overall is just hitting today like it did of yesterday. But if you're asking me, should the Grammys be 60% rock music, 40% hip hop, when out and about on the radio at these festivals, it's 90% hip hop performing, 90% hip hop on the radio, and 10% rock. I mean, when I look at these concert lineups, the Coachellas of the world, I mean, last time I checked, it's people like Kanye West and Rihanna and Beyonce headlining the last day of those bad boys, not some of the other artists that the Grammys would want you to believe to be bigger. So I'm with J.Prince. I love that he's attacking some of the artists that he has rapport with, legends in the game that don't necessarily need Grammy wins at this point in their careers. I love it. We'll see where it goes. Y'all let me know. Are y'all rocking with J.Prince? Would you be in favor of watching Drake, Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, and The Weeknd perform on a different channel the same night of the Grammys instead of watching the actual Grammy show itself? Do you believe the Grammys has a little too much power on the culture? Again, I think the Grammys can be useful and beneficial. I just need them to be a little more indicative of the culture that is clearly running things in music right now.